Live streaming is on.
What's up, people? Ha 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 ha! Hello there. How are you doing? Welcome to another Friday Open Chat. Okay. Let me just get things set up here. Okay. Let me just get a few things set up here. I need the open chat to be popped out. I mean, the live chat, of course. Okay. All right. Hey! STS! STS! Welcome. Okay, let me just get the link. There's the link, people. If you want to come in, please feel free to. I'll at the most be on for maybe an hour and 30 minutes, up to 2 hours. One or the other. Okay. Let me just check my settings here. Everything good? Perfect. Okay. First off, people, I want to apologize. I was supposed to be on at 6, but I got busy. So I'm hoping this makes up for it. But while I'm waiting for some people to jump in here, just letting you all know, Gen 2 livestream part 2 will be happening soon. I'm just getting a whole bunch of things out of the way so we can finalize the date. Once the date is finalized, I will let you all know when it's going to happen. Another thing, the tech report is approaching its 30th episode. So that's going to be a milestone. So tech report episode 30 will be happening next week. So that's going to be a good one. So I'm hoping to find a really good article for that one. Other than that, there's not that much to update. But just like always, people, if you want to see more live streams just like this, then smash that like button and support the channel and support my channel. Thank you. Also, I want to give a few shout outs as well. First shout out being to Mr. Tech Bismo. Good content, good content, buddy. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being awesome. Tech Bismo. Next one is the guy who's in the live chat right now, STS Tech. His channel is growing at a rapid rate. Check him out. Subscribe to him. Good guy. Good guy. And the last and final shout out that I want to give is to who else do I want to give a shout out to? Who else do I want to give a shout out to? I would say Pizza Loving Nerd. Pizza Loving Nerd, you're the final shout out. Your videos are getting a lot better, man. A lot better. Keep elevating the quality of your content. Keep doing what you're doing. And that's pretty much it for now. We're just pretty much gonna sit here, hang out, and see what happens. So I think since we're pretty much just waiting, I might as well do a few news articles for you guys. I don't think you'll mind, will you? So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to DistroWatch first to see if there's any updates. Uh, Not that much. I had a feeling. Um, oh, let's go to Linux Insider. Oh, well, we have a. Okay, what we got here? How to distro hop with a web browser? Huh. Okay, I could. There's some good articles here. Nice. Hey, William. Hey, man. Okay, just letting you know, William, I put the link to Jitsi in the live chat. So if you want to come in, feel free to. Okay, let's see if I can find some Linux news here. Okay, here's some news on Endeavor OS. Trumjaro. Okay, here's the one I want to look at. Trumjaro. I might as well do a Linux report right now since it's live. Okay. Trumjaro, a new twist on open source freedom. Trumjaro Linux offers a new twist on the concept of open source as free software. First released as a beta last December, Trumjaro's second and current non-beta release pushed out in June. This distro is a custom-built version of Manjaro. It is probably more accurate than Manjaro as a strategically modified version of Manjaro Linux. The unnamed developers use the Manjaro community tools to construct the modifications. That rebuilding, of course, is perfectly legitimate in the open source software world. Trumjaro is not a fork of Manjaro. It has the pronounced look and feel of the Manjaro base. In fact, nowhere in the screen displays or application titles is anything branded as anything other than Manjaro. This is evident with the initial help screen that welcomes you to Manjaro. Even the installation screens do not hawk the Trumjaro distro name.
There is Ricky. Hi, Ricky.
Oh, hey William, how you doing?
I'm slightly fine and exhausted. I was out of the house, so I'm a little bit worn out in the heat.
Oh, So, have you tried Debian 10 Buster yet?
I have. I gave it a spin on my little thin client I made a YouTube video on recently, and it works. It's a 32-bit computer only. Sorry, no 64-bit there. Oops.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. As long as it's working.
It worked. I mean, it has a Discon module that is a 16 gig solid state drive, but it's not large. It's 16 gigs only I put in it. It was a 4 gig solid state drive with Windows embedded on it, but Windows embedded was locked down by Dell for use as a thin client in an enterprise environment, so I had to get rid of that.
Aha.
Yes, it still is Windows 7, but it's an embedded version of it, and it often is configured to have like series of filter drivers that stop writing to the system files or writing to directories, and or it's designed to log into the user account by default for security since it's an enterprise thin client. But I got it at eBay for $47, free shipping with $50 PayPal.
That's a good deal. That is a really good deal for a computer.
It works. It uses an external power adapter. It gets hot, barely hot under a load of energy, but it idles at 9 watts. But I've got Windows XP on it, and it works.
Oh, you got XP running on it?
There is a version called Windows XP Embedded 2009, POS ready, or Windows 2009 Embedded that's a Windows XP counterpart of it that's designed to run on that Dell FX 170 thin client. But the one I've got is a Windows 7 version that uses Windows 7 embedded, which is customized to be mainly the enterprise with pre-enterprise software that can't be removed.
Okay.
And I'm a little under the weather, so I may sound a little nasally right now, almost, due to the being dry here where I'm at.
Oh, that's no problem. We all can hear you just fine. Okay, time to. Okay, I need to see the rest of this information about Trimjaro. Okay, so Trimjaro is a trade-free Linux distribution. Okay, it's pretty much Manjaro but better. Basically, it's pretty much a better Manjaro with all the issues of Manjaro fixed. It looks really nice. I mean, there's a lot of good pictures of it. Very good. Okay, let's see if I can find any more Linux news. Speaking of Linux news, XFCE 4.14 has finally released. So, for anybody who wants to try XFCE's new version, feel free to. It's on their website. You just got to compile it. Okay, these articles are from a few months ago. All right. Okay. What is this? T-Mobile merger delayed. Keep Sprint and Dish on edge. We gotta read this. We have got to read that. Okay, come on, internet. Load up the article.
Can you still hear me, Ricky?
Yes, I can hear you.
There was a brief dropout for a moment that caused some disconnection issue on my end.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, you're drinking Diet Coke.
Oh, yeah. It's a Diet Dr. Check. It's the Winn-Dixie brand.
You have a Winn-Dixie where you are, not where I'm at.
The Winn-Dixie is literally in walking distance. I have several stores in my location. There's a Winn-Dixie and there's a Target.
I see.
Okay, let's see. How to install Node.js and NPM on Debian 10.
I want to drop in and say hello, and I will pop back in after a bit.
Okay. That's fine. Okay. Let's see here. I better get Benny Boy in here. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me just do a bit of checking. All right. Okay. What we're going to do now. Let me check one other thing. Happy anniversary, no. Oh. Oh, well, what do you know? Gnome has a birthday. Gnome has a birthday. I'm gonna just read this. Happy anniversary, Gnome. What is your favorite Gnome version? For the 22nd anniversary of Gnome, we've asked our writers about their favorite release and how we want to hear from you. Take the poll. Okay, your options, people in the live chat, is what's your favorite Gnome version? Gnome 1, 2, or 3? And it says here in the article, today is the 22nd anniversary of the first Gnome release. To celebrate, we want to hear from you. What's your favorite Gnome version? And what does your favorite version say about you? Are you change adverse, or are you a pioneer of new releases? Take the poll. We've asked our writers to weigh in on the topic, and we received some impassionate responses. Even though Gnome 3 was released about 8 years ago, Gnome 2 continues to be the preferred version among our writers. Many of our writers proclaim that Mate is the best version. Others argued that Mate is indeed not a Gnome version, while some suggested that it may as well be considered Gnome 2. Gnome 2 or Mate Desktop. Okay, it says right here. My favorite is always the latest version. Each release has new goodies I can't wait to try out. These are the new ones from 3.32, which was released with Fedora 30. My favorite is the new icons. I love the vibrantly colored redesign. I'm a fan of GNOME 2 since I've been using Linux Mint plus Mate for a good number of years on my home computers. My favorite GNOME was 2, simply because it had the option to set the window borders to the theme Micro GUI, which I really liked. GNOME 2.x, I can't wait to use GNOME 3. Unfortunately, I think the GNOME 2 user experience was a lot better. My visually impaired colleagues like Mate, that means basically GNOME 2 too, because it works reliably for them and they don't feel like second-class citizens with it. Okay. My favorite GNOME version is 2.32. It was simple, fast, and very stable. Still better than the most modern iterations. Disclaimer. I develop and maintain the Mate Desktop, which is a fork of GNOME 2 from these days. What do you think? Take our poll and leave us a comment to state your case. Okay. My Mate, GNOME King. That's right, Mark. That's right. Mate rules, and so does GNOME 2. Okay. That was a nice article. That was a lovely article. Okay. Okay, there's some information on XFCE 14, but I've already gone over that in the Linux report, so we don't need to go over it again. Omate with advanced menu layout. GNOME 2 was solid. Yes, it was. GNOME 2 was solid. I've tried GNOME 2 one time and I was literally impressed with how good it works. Good job, GNOME 2. Actually, Mark, I tried GNOME Free on a few occasions. This time around, GNOME Free is actually much better. It runs on most of my hardware decently. When I first tried GNOME 2, it was just slow. I mean, GNOME Free. I apologize, GNOME Free. When I first tried GNOME Free, it was slow as molasses. But GNOME Free to me now is decent, depending on hardware. GNOME 2, in my opinion, is still the best. Even though I've only been in Linux for about a year now. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, not yet. Now, as a little trivia question in the live chat here, to you specifically, Mark, what do you think of email today compared to email back in the late 90s, early to mid 2000s? What are your thoughts, Mark? Don't mind me if I'm looking this way. I have another computer over here. Right over here is my Endeavor OS machine, which I have a USB stick in it to where I can go into Tails OS anytime I want. I love Tails. Do a lot of things with Tails. In fact, I need to reboot the machine. Hold on just a minute. I'm just going to go over here and just reboot the machine real quick. This way I can go into my Tails installation on my USB. Okay, there we go. Now I just gotta go here. Hopefully this time it loads. If there's something wrong with the computer specifically, it may not load. Oh, it loaded. Nice. I'll just put my keyboard here and my mouse here. There. The one thing I like about how this whole area is situated My bed can be used as another table. It's really nice of what you can do when you're in a small little space. Very nice indeed. Okay. Now I just gotta wait for Tails to come up. There we go. Hello, Tails. But let me just see what little additions I can add to it. Ah. Okay. Yeah, why not? We'll add an administrator password into it. My own little super secret password. I don't think anybody will mind. And now we got an administrator password. And while it's taking a bit for Tails to load up, we'll look for some more Linux news. Okay, I just love Linux to death. Linux has become such a good tool. Oh, what's this? Email has not really changed much, other than more modern UIs. These are more choices now, free and paid, and people tend to use text versus email. Did you go? Hey, Gnostic, what's up, buddy? Okay, this is very cool. Very cool. Now the chat's getting fired up. Ha ha ha. Okay, applications. Let me just take a look at Tails here. Ah. Okay. And the point is exactly. Okay, additional software. Okay, size is a little over I can agree with that. I agree with that, Mark. Yep. All right. Okay, home. Couldn't read the content. Wait. Whoa. Why not? Permission denied. Permission denied. Uh-huh. I see how you want to play. Okay, or just clickbait, as it's definitely not morning here. Oh. Well, good evening, Gnostic. Let's see. All right. Okay, let's just see what we got here. Electrum Bitcoin wallet, Onion circuits, Onion share, Pigeon, Thunderbird, unsafe browser. There it is. Hello, Tor. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Now my Tails OS computer is exactly how I want it now. Tor browser all ready to go. I can tell. I know what you all are thinking. I can be very evil. Yes, I can. Stream is labeled Friday morning. What? Are you kidding? No, it's not. Friday open chat. Oh, well, speak on that. Okay, why not? Let's just make this a little bigger. There we go. Oh yeah, I can see that a lot better. Okay, release schedule. Tails 3.16 is scheduled for September 3rd, 2019 for release. Nice. So in about a few weeks, I'll need to update that Tails key to the newest version. Beautiful. Okay. So Gnostic, what distro have you been running? Okay. Ah, you're on Mint? Nice. Yeah, I have no idea why it says Friday morning open. I think what it is, Gnostic. It's in my YouTube studio. I didn't change the title from when I last did an open chat. That is the problem. So once this live stream is over, I'll go into the studio and I'll just have to rename this live stream. That'll fix the problem. It always works. Okay. Okay. Think I'll. Okay. Hey, Hey, Sting. Hey, Sting. What's up, buddy? I'm using ghee OS, made from butter. Very cool. Very cool. A matter of fact, Steen, I have a jar of ghee right in my cupboard here. I don't eat. The thing is, over the last few months, I've been trying to get really healthy and stuff. I don't have dairy that much as I used to, and I mainly only use the ghee for cooking purposes. That's it. Been eating a lot of plant-based food and some chicken, fish, and turkey here and there. Okay. Excuse me 1 minute, be right back. Okay, people, I'm back. All right. Okay, what do you all say we get it? We look up some more news here. I'm gonna see what news articles DistroWatch has. Okay, latest headlines. This is what I wanted to see. Latest headline. Extra packages for Enterprise Linux 8 available. Free BSD phasing out GNU compiler. Oh, we got some Slackware news. Okay, Slackware is the oldest surviving Linux distribution. The project, while long-lived, still faces challenges. We have written before about problems Slackware's friend Patrick Volkerding has run into trying to collect funds from the Slackware store. Slackware fans who wish to support the project can now do so through the Slackware Patreon page. Eric Himalayers, a well-known Slackware contributor, has posted confirmation that the Patreon account is legitimate and run by Patrick Volkerding. Anybody who wanted to support Slackware after it became clear that the Slackware store had not been paying Patrick and family for a long time, but was not prepared to create a PayPal account in order to donate money. There is now an alternative. Patreon is a community site where Patreons support the creators they love in exchange for exclusive membership benefits. I don't know whether Pat will do stuff like exclusive benefits, considering the fact that he already gives away Slackware Linux for free since 26 years. Anyway, he created a page where you can set up a monthly recurring payment of $1 or more whenever you can spare. That is amazing. Good job, Patrick Volkerding. Good job, Patrick Volkerding. Good job for Slackware, and hopes that Patreon will help Slackware. Bless you, Patrick Volkerding. Everybody give a hand for Patrick Volkerding. Okay. All right, that's one headline. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, yeah, this is the headline that I've heard so much about. Manjaro ships with FreeOffice and FPacman. The Manjaro Linux team has announced a few new tools coming to future versions of their rolling release distribution. The first is FPacman, a graphical application for heading Flatpak and snap packages. Some might notice that since the Snapcraft Summit, a lot of package changes went into Manjaro and are available RCs. Also, we didn't yet announce 18.1.0 release candidate 6 officially yet. XFCE, GNOME, and KDE editions will come with FPacman. So managing snaps and Flatpaks is easy. This way, everybody can easily access the Snap Store by a single click and don't have to hassle to get the snaps enabled. This enables us to ship even more proprietary software, which we couldn't before. For example, check out how you may install Spotify on Manjaro. Also, on the topic of proprietary software, Manjaro has partnered with SoftMaker to ship the FreeOffice Productivity Suite by default. FreeOffice claims to have a high degree of compatibility with Microsoft Office and is free to use. Through some Manjaro users have expressed concern as FreeOffice is proprietary software. Well, all I gotta say, folks, is if you don't like FreeOffice, you can easily get OpenOffice. You can You can get LibreOffice very easily. Hello, Hank. How you doing, buddy? Friday morning. I don't know why it's saying that. Hank. I am in the U.S. It's right now 8:07 Florida time. I forgot to change the title when I did my last open chat. I can easily fix that, no problem. Anyway, Hank, if you want to join this open chat, at the very top of the live chat is the Jitsi invitation. Click that thing and you're welcome to come on in. Okay. Let's see. Is there any more Linux news? Oh, well, we might as well read this. The FreeBSD team is working towards removing the last dependencies on the GNU compiler collection from the base operating system. Most of the tasks previously performed by GCC are now handled by the Clang compiler, and the FreeBSD developers want to finish the transition before FreeBSD 13 is released. The basic notion is that it's long past time to have a firm plan for EOL GCC 4.2.20 in the tree. There is ample external toolchain support today for platforms that need to build images. Through that integration with Build World could use some more polish. It's now completely sufficient to move into the next phase of removing GCC from the tree. The GNU compiler will still be available as a package users can add to the system post-install. Further details can be found in Warner Losh's mailing list post. Oh, okay, Hank. That's okay. Oh, we'll talk tomorrow if you're available. Have a good night. Okay. All right, people. It's 8:10. At about 8:30, we're going to be wrapping things up. I thank those who are in attendance, who were able to come for this hour-and-a-half live stream. If you all want to see more live streams just like this, then smash that like button and support my channel. Thank you. Also, remember to check out Gen 2 live stream part 2 coming out soon. I will be announcing the full finalized release date when the date is available. So keep your eyes out for that. And after Gen 2 is out of the way, it's going to be time for me to sink my teeth into haiku. That's right. Next up, I'm going to do haiku on a virtual machine. I might do one. I'm not sure yet, because I'm going to be very busy tomorrow with laundry and a whole bunch of other things. So if not tomorrow, expect another open chat to be Sunday morning. Okay. Let's see if I can find a few more articles. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see. Freedom Box working on desktop build. Sam Hartman, Debian's project leader, wrote recently that Freedom Box, a spin of Debian that focused on server software for home users, is planning to also create a desktop build. These spins can be bundled with hardwares and sold as turnkey style solutions for home users. Freedom Box has recently started focusing more on end users. They have started to sell pre-packaged hardware and have set up end-user facing websites and support channels. I was excited to learn that they are still committed to being a Debian Pure blend. This will be an interesting challenge for us to work together and see whether the pure blends approach can work for an actual end user product. I think the closest thing we've tried so far is Debian Edu. Okay, that's pretty interesting. We'll have to keep a lookout for that. Very interesting information. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. You should check out my Manjaro. Oh, I bet your Manjaro looks awesome, Hank. I bet it looks awesome. If you do want an EU-friendly time zone, I got energy. Okay. Shout out to Ion Fury, a brand new game for Linux. Runs on a potato. Great old school Duke Nukem 3D style shooting. That sounds really interesting. If I hear anything old school, I get interested just like that. Just like that. I'm a sucker for old school stuff. Okay, next article. Ubuntu planning ZFS en route. The Ubuntu team has been gradually adding more support for the advanced file system called ZFS. ZFS is able to create vast storage pools across multiple disks and supports creating system snapshots, deduplicating files, and compression, making it possible to run ZFS as the root file system. This is an experimental feature planned for Ubuntu 19.10. So what's new in Ubuntu 19.10? Eon Erme has already been spotted in our weekly team report on the Ubuntu discourse. We are going to enhance ZFS en route support in the coming cycles. 19.10 is the first round towards that goal. We want to support ZFS en route as an experimental installer option, initially for desktop, but keeping the layout extensible for server later on. The desktop will be the first beneficiary in 19.10. Note the use of the term experimental, though, as we want to have the data set layout right, and we know a file system is very crucial as it's responsible for all your data. We don't want to encourage people to use it on production systems yet, or at least not without regular backups. Further details are done in the Ubuntu blog post. Okay. Then you'll be glad to hear it's on the actual Duke. Oh, that's awesome, dude! That is wonderful. Good job. Good job. All right. What other Linux news is here? This is getting good. This is getting good. Well, since I'm doing Haiku in a couple months, I might as well read about this latest update. The Haiku developers have been. Excuse me 1 minute, please. Okay, people, I'm back. All right. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, I was. Yeah, before I had to take care of some. Excuse me. We have this article about haiku. The Haiku developers have been polishing their lightweight operating system, which continues the design and work started by BOS. The Haiku developers make a lot of progress recently in improving the performance of their already snappy operating system. In particular, writes to disks are getting faster. I noticed that it had a hard-coded 2-second timeout in between write backs. To avoid disk congestion and to avoid writing back blocks that were likely to be modified again, this meant it could fill up and then applications would be stuck waiting for it to write out the dirted blocks, which was the cause of the long-standing tracker stops that started while emptying trash. Among other slowness. Hold on just a minute, people. Okay, people. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. Hey, switch to Linux. Hello, Tom. Hello. Hey, Tom. How you doing? Tell you what, Tom, since you just entered, I'll stay on for another 30 minutes. Okay, so we're going to stay on a little bit longer, folks. The party's starting to heat up a little bit. Because we got the Fire Master here. Okay, now back to this news article about haiku. The Haiku developers have been polishing their lightweight operating system, which continues the design and work started by BOS. The Haiku developers have made a lot of progress recently in improving the performance of their already snappy operating system. In particular, writes to disks are getting faster. I noticed that it had a hard-coded 2-second timeout in between write blocks. To avoid disk congestion, and to avoid writing back blocks that were all ready to be modified again. This meant it would fill up and then applications would be stuck waiting for it to write out the dirted blocks, which was the case of the long-standing tracker stops and starts while emptying trash. Among other slownesses, probably when this code was first written over a decade ago, it was not as much as of a bottleneck, but now we instead can compute a dynamic timeout based on how long the last block writes took, which can be a times 10 performance difference on hard drives or even a 100 to 200% performance improvement on SSDs. Other improvements are mentioned in the Haiku monthly newsletter. Yes, fire should start around 9:15. That's right, Tom. That's right. We're going to be ending this live stream around 9 o'clock anyway. So, everybody, I'm saying this right now. Once my live stream ends, we are going to raid Switch to Linux's live stream. We're going to live stream raid him. Live stream raid him. So, hopefully, Tom, you're ready for the villagers to come in. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to look up some articles on The Verge. Okay. Let's see. What articles are there that are going to be very surprising? Let's see. Okay, let's see. Is there any... Nothing good. Wait. Apple's iPad with 128 gigabytes of storage is $299 for the first time at Best Buy. Really? We got a cheap iPad for once? Wonderful. Wonderful. That is amazing. I'm going to read this. The latest iPad 6th generation Wi-Fi with 128 gigabytes of storage is just $299.99 at Best Buy. This beats the best price that we've seen by $30. And it's quite a large price drop for Apple's most affordable iPad. Usually it costs around $100 to jump up from the 32 gigabyte option to the 128 model, but it only costs $50 to do that today. The 32 gigabyte iPad is $249.99 on Amazon. That's nice. If you're deciding between which iPad is best for you, choosing can feel daunting. I've written a guide that should help clear things up. But here's the basic overview for this iPad. Get this one if you don't mind that it doesn't have a crispiest display offered on an iPad or the most powerful hardware. It can still run any app that the other models can, but not as swiftly. Another thing that's worth mentioning is that it lacks Apple's smart connector to easily connect its keyboard. That's not a huge deal, but it's worth noting if you plan to use the iPad primarily for productivity. Best Buy is currently the only retailer to offer the iPad at this price, but we'll update this post should things jump into the ring. Okay, not bad. Okay, Lord, I've been a zombie all day long, and I'm beginning to stink. Meds are in food on the system on grooming. Steve's very own. Hello, my man. And Tom and Steve, just letting you both know, the Jitsi link is at the very top of the live chat. Come in if you guys want to. If you guys are busy, that's fine too. Okay, let's see about finding a few more Verge articles. Let's see. I want to find something that is going to make me drop dead. Make me drop dead. I need an article that's going to really grab me. And I think I just found it. Oh boy. What is this one? Oh, that's okay. That's okay, Steve. That's all right. I had a feeling you and Tom were busy anyway. Oh, Tom, you might want to keep your ears open for this article. Listen to this. Cloudflare filings say sites like 8chan and the Daily Stormer are business risks. Internet services company Cloudflare is going public, and it describes the controversy over banning hateful websites like 8chan and the Daily Stormer as a potential risk factor. The company's S1 filing reports that objectable sites could cause significant adverse political, business, and reputational consequences. The filing describes this risk as a double bind for Cloudflare because once an objectionable customer signs up, any moderation call would anger some people. The company experienced significant negative publicity for working with the neo-Nazi blog Daily Stormer. And the Form 8chan, which it says served as inspiration for hate-fueled shootings in El Paso, Texas, and Christchurch, New Zealand. We are aware of some political consumers that have indicated their decision to not subscribe to our products was impacted, but at least in part by the actions of certain of our paying and free customers, the filing says. Okay, let me just get to the next part of the article. Conversely, the form notes that banning websites can also harm our brand and reputation. Cloudflare typically avoids cutting off sites for objectionable content, but it banned the Daily Stormer in 2017 and it cut off 8chan earlier this month. We've received significant adverse feedback for those decisions from those concerned about our ability to pass judgment on our consumers and the users of our platform, or to censor them by limiting their access to our products. And we are aware of potential consumers who decided not to subscribe to our products because of this, says the filing. Oh boy, Cloudflare, you are in such a big mess. You are in such a big mess. So what does everybody think of the mess that Cloudflare's in, eh? It's a huge mess, isn't it? They got themselves in hot water. Hot water. Okay, let's take a look at the comments here before I read the rest of this. Oh, IDE cable's nice. For a Media PC, an Intel Core i3 8100 makes sense for, or even a Ryzen 3 2nd Gen CPU could save you some real scratch. That's true. That's true. Okay. To the second half of this article. Many companies have talked about moderation as a risk factor. Pinterest's S1 filing warned of potential damage from hostile or inappropriate user actions. For example, the Snapchat alluded to media, legislative, and regulatory scrutiny of our decisions regarding user privacy or other issues. Domain registrar GoDaddy warned that our reputation and brand may be negatively impacted by the actions of customers that are deemed to be hostile, offensive, or inappropriate. But these filings don't focus on specific incidents or websites the way Cloudflare does. Cloudflare isn't a social media platform, and it's described the 8chan and Daily Stormer bans as exceptions to its usual neutrality, but it's also expounded by some sweeping theories of what free speech should mean for an infrastructure provider. The filing offers some economic justification for this, suggesting that right now, brushing off moderation and censorship questions is bad business. Lord have mercy, Cloudflare. Lord have mercy, Cloudflare. So what did you think of all that, Switch to Linux? And people in the chat. Is Cloudflare in a huge mess or what? Okay. Let's see about finding about a few more articles. Oh. Did I find another one? Ooh! Here's an interesting article. Okay, this is going to be interesting to you all. A researcher made a lightning cable that can hack your computer. You probably already know that plugging unknown USB flash drives into your computer is risky. There's a chance that a malicious program could give a hacker access to your personal data. But now it's not just hard drives to be wary of. A security researcher has shown how USB cables, even ones that look like Apple's Lightning, could hijack your machine. Mike Grover, a security researcher who reportedly works for Verizon Media and goes by MG Online, has developed modified lightning cables that can hack someone's computer, as first reported by Motherboard. MG sold a handful of the OMG cables at the security conference DEF CON and is working with online security products store Hack5 to sell a version of the Lightning lookalike cable for around $100. He hopes. MG tells The Verge that his cables look and function like the standard Lightning cable you get with your iPhone. But MG said hid software and hardware, including a wireless access point inside its cable connector. When the cable is plugged into a computer, it can be triggered remotely to attempt to steal a computer's login credentials or install malicious software. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All I gotta say, people, do not get these cables. Do not get these cables. Oh, Lord. A cable that can steal your data. just another thing that I have to talk about. Okay. Okay, time to get off the verge and let's find some positive news, shall we? Let's find some positive news. Okay, we're going to find some really nice tech news. So let's see about getting some tech news up in here. Starting with CNET. Okay, CNET. Oh, what do we got here? Here's a nice little option. What do we got here? Okay, the ridiculously tiny Palm phone can be yours for $5 a month. The company has partnered with US Mobile to make cheap phone plans available. At the same time, Palm is now selling directly to consumers. Palm's tiny smartphone is about to get even cheaper to use. US Mobile said on Friday it now offers new service plans to use the unlocked Palm on its network, which is powered by Verizon and T-Mobile. The plan starts at $5 a month for a limited amount of calls, text, and data, and go up to $30 a month. If you're using Palm as a secondary phone for the gym or morning runs, at $5 a month, these plans are a no-brainer. Palm co-founder Howard Nuck said in a press release, US Mobile provides nationwide 4G LTE coverage using T-Mobile's network for its GSM Lite service and Verizon's network for its Super LTE service. You can check this coverage map to see if you can get service in your area. The $350 Palm smartphone debuted in November as a companion device that can handle calls and texts plus a few other tasks, but only as an accessory to another Verizon phone. That distinction spurred countless jokes that the Palm was a phone for your phone. In April, Palm released a new version that's capable of serving as a standalone Android phone. And in June, it was introduced an unlocked standalone phone that works on most carriers' networks in the US, including AT&T, T-Mobile, and Metro PCS. Notably, the unlocked 4G phone won't work on Sprint or any other CDMA networks. The unlocked Palm is what US Mobile consumers can use. You can't link it as a companion device to your primary number. That's still exclusive to Verizon, but you can get a low data plan with US Mobile and carry around the device with its own number, or you can opt for a higher plan and use Palm as your primary phone. Along with unveiling the US Mobile plan on Friday, Palm also said its unlocked device is now supporting to buyers. People who have pre-ordered the device since mid-June will start receiving their devices as early as next week.
Hi, Ricky.
Oh, Benny boy!
I'm finally home.
I did not even hear you come in.
That's because I didn't have 50 allowed with Chrome on my microphone.
Yep. Yeah, I just got done talking about the Palm smartphone.
That's a name I haven't heard in ages, dude.
Yep, they're still making phones.
Oh, God. That That's a name that goes way damn back.
Yes, it does, Ben. Yes, it does.
I don't know if they're going to be able to make a comeback or not, man.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, they were some good phones. I mean,
they were good.
Hmm.
You know, let's just throw video gaming into the mix just for a minute here.
What's that?
Okay, Doom 1, 2, and 3 are now available for Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and smartphones. Buy the classics again for your devices. QuakeCon, the three-day gaming conference dedicated to id Software's game Quake, is underway in Dallas. This year's conference is dedicated to id's Doom series, which is celebrating its 25th anniversary. The QuakeCon keynote, called The Year of Doom, showed new footage of the upcoming Doom Eternal. But before the reveal, the company announced that Doom 1, Doom 2, and Doom 3 will head to current-gen consoles and mobile devices. Fans took issue with an additional login needed to play the games, but publisher Bethesda said it would change the requirements in the future. Marty Stratton and Hugo Martin from id Software took the stage at QuakeCon on Friday to reveal that the first 3 Doom games were available for PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Doom 1 and Doom 2 will also be purchased for Android and iOS devices.
Wow, so they're making it device spread as much as they can.
Exactly. The first two Doom games, excuse me, are both priced at $4.99 each, while Doom 3 is $9.99. Doom 1 and Doom 2 will include, for the first time ever, 4-player deathmatch mode and 4-player cooperative multiplayer modes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive, man. I mean, porting all those devices is going to take some work.
Yeah, and if you guys remember, back in the day, Doom 1 and Doom 2's code was open sourced.
Yeah, so you could natively run it on Linux if you want.
Quake's code was also open source as well. Doom 3's code, I don't think, is open sourced.
No. Well, Galaxies, for comparison, it was stolen Sony code as far as the NGE version, but not the the pre-CU version, because how can I put it? It was because Sony Online Entertainment wasn't really, I don't know. Long story short, the one version of it was open source at the end and not the other one.
Okay, so there's a closed source version and there's an open source version.
Right. I mean, you can still get the code for the new combat upgrade version, for the new game environment, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But it's not exactly public domain. That's the problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can still get the code for it, but it's not supposed to be that way. I mean, you won't, get caught for it or anything if, in a bad way, but, Sony has discontinued paid updates and stuff and paid play, so it's not exactly a problem to make an NGE server, but it's still not recommended. I mean...
No, it's not.
Yeah. I mean, if it's not public domain and open source and all that stuff, it's not best to play with it. But the upside to it is the NGE version is easier than the other. But anyway, yeah, I think Doom coming to these other platforms is a good thing. I will say that.
It is. I mean, for the retro gamer consumer, they're going to want that.
Yeah. I mean, I've never played any of the Doom games personally, but I might just consider it.
I agree, Gnostic. Sharing is caring. I totally agree.
Yes. Yes. That is a valid point.
Also, a few other updates have come out recently. There's a new Humble Bundle out now.
Yeah.
I've never even gotten a Humble Bundle before. I know that the Humble Bundles are relatively good.
Yes, they are.
In fact, I'm going to check out Humble Bundle right now.
Mm.
Since I know Humble Bundle does work for Linux. Okay. Let's see. All right, so there's a whole bunch of humble bundles out right now.
Yeah. Mm.
Let's see. Okay, so there's 2 days left on the coding and app development humble bundle.
Mm-hmm.
And this one includes a lot of interesting tools. This one includes architecting modern Java EE applications, learning Qt 5, learning jQuery free, learning Flutter and Dart to build iOS and Android apps, real-world iOS projects, and here's the kicker:
Yeah.
50% off, 50% off 1 month packet subscription.
Holy.
That's a very good deal. That is an extremely good deal.
Hmm.
But there's but if you pay $8 or more, you can also unlock a few more books as well. Mastering iOS 12 programming, Android 9 development cookbook.
Damn.
ASP.NET Core 2 and Angular 5.
Oh.
Node.js design patterns.
Wow.
Hands-on full stack development with Spring Boot 2.0 and React.
Wow. That's like a full.
There's 3 more books. Universal JavaScript with React Node and Redux. Develop on advanced cross-platform web using Xamarin Forms and XAML. Hands-on full-stack web development kit with Angular 6 and Lavia 5.
Wow.
But here's the
How much
thing.
is it?
There's a whole bunch of bundle deals. If you pay $15 or more, you get all this. Angular 6 for web enterprise-ready web applications, React and React Native, Android programming for beginners, Valve.js2 design patterns and best practices. The next one's a big one. WordPress 5 Complete 7th Edition.
Holy.
Spring 5 design patterns. Mastering Xamarin UI development. React design patterns and best practices. React Native. And learning Node.js development.
Yeah. So before you continue, I have one thing I want to announce.
Oh, of course. Go right ahead.
Either tonight or tomorrow morning after I get up and work out with my dad, I am planning, this is going to sound nuts, a Gentoo live stream from LFS.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I'm going to do a tutorial, man. It's time.
The time has come. The time has come.
Ben Fitzpatrick is doing his own, by himself, Gentoo installation live, beginning to end.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Yes, sir. Now, I don't know what time it'll end, but it won't go into the night because I have I have a concert I'm going to with my dad and a friend, and he's staying the night. So if it goes longer than I have, then I'll cut it off, and I will go to part 2 on Sunday after my friend leaves. Yeah.
All right, that is no problem. That is no problem.
Will you be there?
Oh, I will be there. Just give me a time and I'll be
Yeah.
there.
I'm planning to do it at either 10 or 11 tomorrow morning.
Okay, perfect. I'll set an alarm.
Yeah, cool. I will, it'll probably be at 11 because I want to give myself time for breakfast and things like that.
Yeah, I say 11:30.
11. That's when I'm going to do it.
All right. All
11
right.
a.m., buddy.
So you heard that, everybody. Ben Fitzpatrick is doing a Gen 2 live stream tomorrow. Check him out. 11 a.m.
11 a.m., people. Eastern time in the morning.
All right. Well, people.
Anyway,
Well, it's about 9 o'clock, people. I'm going to shut this all down. We're all going to head over to Switch to Linux's live stream, which will start in 2 minutes. I thank you all for coming to the live stream today. If you all want to see more live streams just like this, then smash that like button and support my channel. Thank you. Also check out Ben. He's doing a live stream tomorrow at 11 a.m., people. Just a final reminder on that.
all right. So
And-
we'll see you tomorrow morning, people.
All right. And until then, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 saying see you
See you guys.
later.
All right. I'll see you on his live stream, Ricky.